Well, Sats, obviously you've made the decision to end your playing career at the end of this season. Yeah, just tell us first and foremost, I guess, how and sort of when you came to the decision that it was the right time to hang the boots up.
Yeah, I started to think about it probably a year and a half ago. For me, it was just I realized football was starting to feel like a job. Now I know that sounds crazy because it is my job, but they always say, what you love what you do, you never work another day in your life again. And I felt that for all of my career up until probably like the last year and a half. And I realized that I'm just not having fun with it anymore. I think my body's feeling the aches and pains of the last 25 years of playing, and I think more importantly, I'm just ready to go home, be closer to my family, have a little bit more stability. But it's been an amazing career. I can't complain about a single thing. And the opportunity to play, here in England and over in the U.S. and meeting some incredible people, having some wonderful opportunities. I feel blessed, and I'm so thankful to have the career that I had.
Has it been kind of nice, coming in here last year, sort of having that little bit of closure, maybe that this was going to be your last year and it not creeping up on you a little bit and trying to enjoy it, and obviously you've been leading this group as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that has been the biggest thing, is just enjoying it on my own terms, ending it on my own terms. And, I never want to feel like I was forced out to, or I was forced to retire. I always wanted to do it on my own terms, which I'm getting the opportunity to do. And, coming to Chef has been probably one of the best decisions that I made in my career this far, because quite frankly, the last 2 or so years, football it was a bit of a struggle. And I feel coming here gave me a chance to kind of be myself again, play the game that I know how to play, and just give myself the chance to offer the experience that I have. And I was able to do that. So I'm super thankful to the staff and the club for giving me the opportunity to do that, and for them believing in me, and taking a chance on me.
How do you sort of reflect on your career as a whole? I mean, anybody that's played in this generation has seen so much change in the women's game over the last 10, 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
And you've played for some top clubs, you played in America, obviously, and played internationally as well. So, yeah, I guess not leaving the sport, because I know you've got plans to stay in it,
Yeah.
but, in terms of walking away from a playing career, I guess walking away in a very different position to when you walked in.
Yeah, and I'm so proud of how far women's football has come, both here in the UK and in the US, and just across the world in general. Like you said, over the last 10 years, especially, I've seen such a massive growth in it, in terms of pay, in terms of opportunities, resources that are available to players nowadays. When I first started off 10 years ago in 2015, it was very minimal, and I think to have the opportunity to still be a part of this now next generation coming in, and kind of being a part of that trailblazing generation as well, it's an honor. And I'm so glad of how I'm leaving football compared to how I came into it as a professional. This next generation, the world is their oyster, and I can't wait to see how it continues to keep growing, not just here, but everywhere in the world. And I'm excited to see how far it comes along. And it's just great to be a part of a generation that paved this way to make sure the next generation has an incredible opportunity.
I mean, there's some youngsters here, isn't there, that are keeping people on the toes. A lot of young players around the squad, but it shows the talent coming through, doesn't it?
Yeah, most definitely. You see that. You see that everywhere. You're seeing a lot of young talent. You see it in NWSL. You see it in the French league. You see it in Spain. This next generation, they're incredible, and I cannot wait to see where it goes. I think of my generation as, we were the go-getters, the tough ones that, always knew how to take a bit of a hit. This next generation, they're incredible. So it's exciting. I'm looking forward to keeping an eye on women's football. Most importantly, I'll still be in it very much, but more of like on the storytelling, content creation side of it. But it's going to be really cool to see how far it comes.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously been a tough season here, but you've captained this club this year. It's kind of a nice way to go out, isn't it, with the armband on? And
yeah.
But yeah, how much of a privilege has it kind of been to lead this team in your last year?
Oh, I said it when I took the role as a captain. It's an honor. I've never been a captain on any club team that I played for. I think telling my mom this the other day, I think the last time I was a captain was probably on my college team at UNC. And so to be in the position that I'm in, as a club captain, it's an honor, absolutely. And with Chef being such a massive club with so much history, it's an honor, honestly. And I'm so thankful to Ash for putting that responsibility into my hands. And the girls make it easy, and it's like my little sisters, and I get a chance to be a part of the family every single day. So it's not some big job where it's you feel like you have to be somebody that you're not. This entire time I was able to lead the way that I know how to lead, and the girls just accepted that for what it was, and I'm super grateful.
And finally, just do you have a message for the fan? I mean, not just fans of Sheffield United. I mean, you know, they really have been behind this team this season, despite how difficult it's been. But I suppose as well, just fans of the sport as well.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for literally everything. Thank you for bringing a kid in from Austin, Texas, and especially here in England, and making England my home for the better part of almost 8 years out of my 10-year professional career. Without the fan support, women's football wouldn't be where it is right now, and I couldn't be more blessed to be a part of a community that has such a wonderful fan base. And I'm so excited to see how this fan base, how the fan base of women's football continues to keep carrying it for 10 to 20 years from now. But just want to say a massive thank you. Thank you for supporting me on my good days, my bad days, and everything in between. And I hope that I continue to keep having that support even when I walk away from this world altogether. And yeah, just want to give a big thank you for everything.